Okay. Negotiating a lease. Well, I tell you, the first thing is huge. You know, you need to perfect communication. If you're not a good communicator, you will be disappointed in how things will work. You need to build a relationship, and it has to be with both of you together. And I think it's always good to be face-to-face with the people you work with. And I think you need to be, you know, either have them come to your place, but more likely it's best if you go to their place. They're going to be more comfortable because they're in their own comfort zone. If you don't understand something, you need to ask your tenant. Don't be ashamed if you don't know something. There's a lot of things I don't know. The only way we find out is to ask questions. So don't be embarrassed. If it's a dumb question, he will be more than happy to answer that question for you, even though you may think it's dumb. I think the things that you need to be, that are important for you to receive in order to understand what's going on in your farm is to make sure that you understand what the yields are in the farm. Get the crop production records. Make sure you have a copy of the soil test of the farm. Is your farm operator keeping the fertility levels up? That's very important. And I think you also need to ask for the fertilizer that was applied to the farm. Some say they do, and most of the time they are. But I think what this, more than anything else, it tells the farm operator that you have an interest in what's going on in your property. And I don't know a farm operator that won't provide it to you. If he doesn't, or is reluctant, maybe there's a reason. But I think you need to make sure, especially the soil tests are very important, because your farm's productivity is key on the returns. Whether you're in a share rent, a cash rent, a flex rent, those fertility levels need to be high enough so you can maximize production on that farm. I believe that you need to start talking about leases in the fall, ahead of time, for the next year. The reason I say that is that, you know, there may be changes, and there are times when you have to have that conversation with them before, you know, a lease either terminates or it rolls over. Yes, you don't know what the crop's going to yield, and yes, you don't know what the final payment's going to be if you're in a bonus situation, but at least it starts the dialogue. And most farm operators want to know, am I going to have the farm the next year? And I think it just shows that you're having an interest in that. So I would suggest doing that ahead of time. Look at your farm property as an investment. It's not my dad's farm. It's not my mom's farm. It's my investment. It's just like your 401k. In fact, for many landowners, that's their 401k. And it needs to be treated that way, and not, you know, I really don't want to offend the tenant. Offend him. It's your farm. You need to remove personal emotion out of the decision. You know, I keep coming back to that. So you want to look at this and make good decisions, and above all, be fair and honest. If you don't like it, tell him. If you like it, tell him. He wants to hear that too. Say, you know, hey, you kept the roads mowed up really well. I really appreciate you doing that. I appreciate stopping by and plowing out the drive. That isn't necessarily part of the lease, but it's those extra things that these guys do, and you need to let them know. They appreciate that.